Good morning. Happy Thursday, my auntie baby boogie woogies. I got to bring y'all some breaking news about this predatory ass Marcus round around in the white Jeep trying to free every little young pretty thing he meet on these streets. I want y'all to check this out. Somebody has came to rescue today about this man.
Everybody love, but behind closed doors, they most shit.
Okay,
After asking your questions in steps, starting with the initial, has anything ever happened to you? Which you then follow with your more deviant, delving perv questions. You then slowly and manipulatively gathered as much information from Monique as you could until you finally decided to ask her one of your more unnecessary and out there perv questions about orgasms in situations of unwanted sexual activities. Again, with that question having nothing to do with her situation. She even more pointedly shows its irrelevance by actually saying to you that that's too much information.
So you've never orgasmed?
That's too much information.
Because in reality, what does her not wanting to deal with men and them wanting sex in return for helping her in her homeless situation or any of the history of her past abuse have to do with her not having experienced an orgasm? Can you not see where that's a problem? The two things have absolutely nothing to do with each other. And yet you still push and pry. And then, after all of that, you misleadingly redirect the focus away from your perviness and try pushing the narrative that it's going to be a lot of other guys who are going to try hitting her up after the interview. When in actuality, it's going to be you that makes the propositions. Wow! She tells you again, as she told you earlier in the video, that she's not looking for that, which now everyone knows you apparently ignored, seeing that she ended up at your home eating Chinese food in your front room while you tried to get some sleep. What? You're trying to sleep with an unknown homeless person who's awake walking around in your home? Why does this sound like a confused, lying teenager? She then uncomfortably tells you that this is close, speaking of your camera in her face.
And so, yeah, I mean, you know, hey, yeah.
She moves away and then has to say it again because you, again, get right back up in her face.
All right, well, listen, all right, well, listen. You say what?
No, the phone is like so close.
What?
And your answer to that is...
No, listen, I get close.
Okay.
I get close because, again, I like to see inside. I like to see past.
And yada yada, all of that other manipulative crap that followed. And then you fucking touch her.
Here, let me...
Oh yeah, that's probably from crying and shit.
In her face. Do you know how predatory-like it is to claim that you read body language, but then completely invade someone's personal space, all while they're showing you high levels of uncomfortableness, and you still touch them in the face? But you're not a deviant. You're the worst kind of deviant, because you lie about being a deviant, all while showcasing your deviancy right there in the public's eye. You telling her that a lot of guys are going to try hitting her up after your interview because she hasn't had a lot of sex. What the fuck is that? What kind of statement is that to even say to a young woman, especially one that has just expressed to you that they are not interested in that shite? Imagine some older man telling one of your daughters that a lot of guys are going to try hitting her up because they now know she hasn't had a lot of sex. The fuck is the matter with you? Your mind is deviantly corrupt. You didn't even get to finish what you were about to say because she cut into your talking. But everyone watching knew where you were about to go with that, you sick bastard. All of this was captured by your camera. And now you're claiming she's mentally ill and lying and a weedhead thief because she outed you for what anybody with any sense of observation knew about you anyway. I now understand why you had this video set to private a while ago. That video actually shows your predatory steps of action in action. You asking, is it not possible that you can, work and do that stuff, but then also have sex with the guys just to kind of keep a roof over your head? That question falls right in line with your 2-day trial with unpaid sex proposal. Your actions are completely coinciding with her storyline of events explaining you. Your deceitful follow-up explanations trying to justify the ways in which you move or how you try to make it seem as if though the interviewees are mentally unstable and on drugs, or how they somehow always seem to be trying to hook up with you instead of you with them because you're always so busy. Those delusional juvenile explanations only works on those that refuse to see you for what you're doing or for what you really are. If you're always trying to explain your way out of the situation that looks bad, sooner or later you've got to realize that it looks bad because it's fucking bad. All of your mutual agreements seem to involve sex. Yo, you don't need to be out there just freely getting away with this shite. So, I'm now going to address the homeless men, or any men for that matter. Men who are really men and have any type of protective spirit in themselves, especially when it comes to the protection of women and children, now that it's known that you will also occasionally interview minors, but more specifically, women that may be in vulnerable positions and may be more easily accessible due to things like homelessness. And since I am being pinpointingly clear, I'm speaking directly of any woman in any area being interviewed by predatory interviewers. Any men, anywhere, noticing these deviant predators interviewing women or minors in the areas that you are in, simply make sure that these interviewers' ill-minded intentions never come to fruition. What I'm doing here isn't about me trying to get this YouTube channel any possible notoriety, any popularity, any clicks and views, or any of that extra bullshit. As I've said, you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to like, you don't even have to comment if you don't want to. I'm not looking to become YouTube popular. I'm not looking to become monetized. This post is only to call for the protection of women and children, and men if they need it, and to call out to men that are willing to look out for the women and children in their areas. protecting them from those that you know to be predators. And with that being said, everybody knows who the homeless woman predator is in Atlanta. The exposure of a perverted clown continues. And yes, I fucking said it. That is all.
Ooh. Well, y'all, predator, like Auntie say. I see y'all in a few hours.